Hey, what's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Broku, and today is a review of the Black Clover manga, the newest release, chapter 274, titled The Battle Begins. So this is a pretty good chapter. I'm going to give my review, my summary analysis, talk about certain things. And that being said, if you guys have not subscribed, please do so, and also leave a like if you are enjoyed by this video, if you enjoy this video. And if you guys want to hire me as an online personal trainer, lowering my prices for the holiday season. So if you want to get in shape by the spring or the summer, hit me up. My website is linked down below. With that being said, guys, let's get into this Black Clover chapter review. Noct shows up with the group, the Spade Assault Squad, and Fugoyan immediately is like, "Where's Asta?" And he's like, "Well, it's going to take him a bit longer, because, you know, Asta is still going to be training with Modello." Jack kind of scoffs, and he's like, "Well, we weren't counting on him in the first place," which, Jack, shut the fuck up, you idiot. Anyways, it does reveal that the other members that were on, and kind of, I guess, foreshadowed in the last chapter, that they are Sally, Valtos, and Radis, which is cool. And she made some cool magic items for the squad after they studied Asta's body. And basically, these magic camouflage robes, they essentially hide their magic, so they could sneak into the Spade Kingdom. So I like this, that they use Sally and her experiments that she did do on Asta, because Asta did promise her that she would be able to experiment on his body if she did become good. And that's exactly what happens, and now it's good for the Clover Kingdom. So I like that little mention that Asta says does finally come full circle. Now she's part of the Spade Assault Squad, and then she also gets to help the Spade Kingdom using the science that she learned on Asta's body. Now, there's this mention of this character named Moxa. Apparently this is a character from the K-pop band that did the OP or whatever. Honestly, I didn't watch that episode in the anime, because the anime I just don't really care about right now. There's only certain episodes that I love the Captain episode. I wouldn't watch that. I'm going to go watch the and Longworth episode as well, but just after the events of Leopold and Noelle using runes and arrays before even learning how to do it, and then the director admitting that they had messed up, it just kind of made me not want to watch it, because is this really even canon? Even though I guess it kind of is, but still, I will watch it one day. But apparently this is one of the characters, and apparently people are mad because his name got wrong in the manga. I don't really care. I don't think this character is going to be important at all, to be honest. We get this image of Seki. He talked about how he got to, spend the last 6 months living it up, and shows him with bitches in his crib, and he didn't think he was going on a hellish mission like this, straight into danger with a bunch of super powerful people. And basically, it's so funny because Noct comes up to him and he's like, "We know that you don't have much in the way of skills. Sacrifice yourself for the sake of the people who are right." So, again, this is one of the characters that is not really great. He's all in it for himself, and Noct realizes that, because remember, Noct, he does see good and evil in people, and so he's like, "Alright, Seki, you gotta sacrifice yourself in this." So, I thought that was funny. And basically, Noct says that Asta will show up, but and I like this, he says, "Except I'm going to end it all before he even arrives." So it shows that is still just brooding confidence. And basically, while Jack says, "Nope, it's going to be me that'll do that," Nozelle's like, "No, it's not going to be you either. It'll be us." Because essentially, the whole point is that they're a squad. They're doing this together. It's not going to be singled out people. So I like that Nozelle steps in as a leader here. And I thought it was just good. And then, so Noct activates his shadow magic, Shadow Corridor. Essentially, he is going to teleport them to the Spade Kingdom with his shadow magic. But now, we get panned to the Spade Kingdom, and it shows Morris looking at his TV screens at his desk. And then he sees on the screens that he says they've shown themselves, and it is the resistance within the Spade Kingdom. And they are standing on top of the clock tower, and they are challenging the Dark Triad. They say, "17 years ago, you killed our king, Lord Lois, and many of our comrades. Ever since then, you've used the citizens in abominable ways. We can never forgive you for these things." And then they think to themselves, "We know, even if we fought you to the death, we couldn't defeat you. We, the people of the Spade Kingdom, refuse to acknowledge your family as our rulers." And now it looks like the Noct and the Spade Assault Squad have snuck through the barriers. And he says, "Now then, each of you follow the plan." And then we get thinking back to when he was talking to Seal. And he says, "Ralph, you're saying you were undercover in the Spade Kingdom, and you've been in contact with the Resistance since you left our country." And then Noct says, "Yes, I hadn't actually tended to get too involved with your Resistance, but as I watched your abilities and what you did, I began thinking that it would be better to cooperate." And then he says, "I saw your determination during that meeting. Sorry for pretending I didn't know." And Yuna says, unbelievable. And then this guy, the seemingly leader of the Spade resistance, says, we're counting on you, Mr. Noct, the strongest magic knights of the Clover Kingdom, and Lord Yuno. We'll create that diversion for you even if it costs us our lives. And then they're like, what's that? This shaking, it's as basically an earthquake is overcoming the land. Something is emerging from the ground, and it is the ancient demon from the beginning of the series. Now, they even say that's the legendary ancient demon. And basically, a lot of the fandom was like, this isn't the ancient demon. This isn't. And, well, could it not be? It's possible that it's not the ancient demon, but if it looks exactly like the ancient demon, for one, and then it's referenced as possibly being so by the Spade populace, and remember, this is a country of devils, so they would know more about it, then I think this is enough to say that it is likely that the ancient Spade, or the ancient demon from the beginning of the series that Licht kind of transformed himself into. I mean, it looks exactly like him in every single way, and basically people are saying, well, you know, it could be, but it's not going to be as strong. Well, what's the evidence behind that, guys? I don't think there's any evidence right now to really show that this ancient demon is weaker than the one that attacked this Clover Kingdom 500 years ago. In fact, there's nothing really to say if it's weaker or stronger. As of right now, we just have to assume that it's the same strength. It's the more logical assumption. And basically, their plan all along was to use the demon to exterminate the people of the castle town. So basically, they are just killing the citizens of the Spade Kingdom because they're not the actual citizens. He says, you are not the citizens of the Spade Kingdom. That title is reserved for us, the strong. And then he says, let's the ritual of the Advent of Cliffoff begin. So he is now actually starting the ritual. Now, this is another piece of evidence that shows that this ancient demon is probably the same one and potentially the same power. So Nozel and Fugolion, they scream, this sounds, it's stupendous magic. Are the ones outside all right? So basically, it shows that this is the ancient demon because, or at least adds evidence to it, because it has stupendous magic, just like the ancient demon would. But Noct says they're fine. We panned to the actual ancient demon. There's a figure rushing towards it, and then punches it in the face. And of course, who else would it be? It's Mereoleona Vermilion. And she says, impressive howling, Resistance members. I, Mereoleona Vermilion, Clover Kingdom Royal, will lend you a hand. I thought that was great. Really liked that part. This shows that Mereoleona's gotten way stronger if she's able to do this against the Spade. They're not the Spade demon, the ancient demon. People are saying this makes no sense, which I really don't see an issue with it. Honestly, if they just trained for 6 months with the sole reason of being able to fight devils, I don't see how Mereoleona, who was already pretty strong before, now after 6 months of extreme training, would be able to damage and punch the ancient demon. Now, one thing I don't like is it basically makes it so that Prime Licht and Prime Lumiere might not be relevant in terms of power by the end of the series. But then again, oh well, I guess. But I did want to keep those guys quite powerful. But if this ancient demon is equally as strong as the one from 500 years ago, then Mereoleona is pretty much at Prime Lumiere and Prime Licht's level, which is insane. But then again, it's possible that this ancient demon will just come back and fight. Maybe he was, taken from surprise or whatever, but we'll see. I mean, it does look like a devastating blow on its face. And remember, Noct says they're fine, so he is fully confident that Mereoleona can take down the ancient demon, or at least hold it off. So this makes her incredibly powerful. But it's really cool. We finally get to see the attack and the revenge on the Spade Kingdom, so I'm really excited to see what happens in the coming chapters. Really want to see what happens with the Spade Demon. I really want to see the Diamond Generals, what they're going to do. And then eventually we'll get the rematches between the Dark Triad and the Light Triad. So I'm really excited for that. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Let me know what you think of the Ancient Demon. Like I said, it's more logical to assume it's equal strength than to assume that it has lesser or greater strength than the original. It's not out of the realm of possibility that Morris can recreate this Ancient Demon and make it equal power. If Morris, before in the sparse resources of the Diamond Kingdom, was able to make the mages like Mars and Ladros basically combine grimoires, giving people 2 magic types, which broke the laws of magic, and then essentially could fill them with mage stones that amplify their power further, and all the other contraptions. Well, now he's in the Spade Kingdom, who have much greater resources. they have access to forbidden devil magic, it doesn't strike me at all as crazy that Morse couldn't recreate or resurrect or clone the ancient demon and make it just as strong. Like I said, if it's referred to as the ancient demon and looks exactly like it, it's more logical to assume that it's equal strength and not lesser or greater strength. So as of right now, I would say it's equal strength, but then again, it could change. I'm not saying it can't. I'm saying as of right now. Let me know your thoughts down below. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you guys all have an amazing day. Plus...